And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another tier list. Not on the tier list podcast. This is my own. Of course, this is my Mountain Dew tier list. Every year now, we're getting close to the end of the year, which means, and at the time of recording this, I am, there's no other new flavors coming out this year, so I decided I'm gonna just do the tier list. There's, I think, 14 new ones, 15 new ones that we tried this year, which is more than I thought going forward. I mean, from here down is the new ones. And I was able to actually reorder it into, the order that I reviewed them in. So that was pretty cool. So we got a lot to rank. And also the ones that I've done before are going to get their own. Might get changed too as we go through the rankings. So, and I believe this tier list is in the server if you want to go and fill it out yourself. If you've tried them all, if you tried only some of them, I'd like to know what your guys's, what you guys have as far as your rankings go. And if I look a little small on the camera, it is because I'm trying to get the whole tier list in there just in case, so we don't cover any up. Here we go. Let's jump right into it. So, of course, I got the S through F rankings. So we'll first start with the first one that I ever did, which, of course, is Original Mountain Dew. This is a good A tier flavor. Always has been and always will be to me, probably. It's a good drink. Very refreshing. It's really good. It's really, really good. Don't let Ann or Lycus tell you otherwise. Trust me. Sweet Lightning was next. I actually got to retry this flavor for the first time in a while this year when we went and did the Chizza at KFC. It's still a C tier flavor to me. I think that's higher than I've put it in the past, but it's still not like a great flavor. Just because it just doesn't mix very well in my opinion. It's definitely more drinkable than when I first tried it way back when, to me at least. Still not great though. Still not great. Citrus Cherry, which I did not try this year's version. I tried last year's version, and I'm going off the 2019 version as well. I remember this one being okay. I'm going to put this one in the B tier. It's solid, but nothing extraordinary. I definitely think it could be more. I get why a lot of people think it's a good flavor, maybe because of nostalgia. It is kind of like the lead Game Fuel flavor, so I understand why they're still releasing it. But in my opinion, there has been better in that lineup in the few others that I've tried only, which kind of says something right there. And then Voltage up next. Voltage is a good A tier flavor for me as well. I really like Voltage. Come around to really like it. Doesn't always settle the best with me. Hasn't always settled the best with me, at least. But this time around, I definitely think it's well deserving of an A tier. Now, Real Sugar or Throwback Mountain Dew, I have not tried it in a while, but I remember it being good. I'm going to put it in the... Actually, I'm going to throw that in the S tier. That is a really good flavor, which was, again, very surprising for me when I tried it, and it still is to this day. I think very surprising at how good of a flavor it is. Because you wouldn't expect it to be better than... I guess it was around before Mountain Dew, so I guess you got to call it the original. I don't know. Just kind of my thoughts. Code Red. Code Red... It floats around here, I think, mostly. But I think to this ranking, it's a solid B tier flavor. You could make an argument to put it in A, and I definitely could too. But I think for this tier list, I'm gonna have it put in the B tier. It's hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not. It just kind of depends on the day and how you're feeling. And that kind of variance doesn't, I think, justify it being in the higher level tiers. So there you go. The Berry Monsoon, I don't believe isn't around anymore, but is one I did review, and I remember it being extraordinarily good. In fact, I think it's going to be in the S tier. I remember it being really, really good. Really, really refreshing. Really, really good flavor. And overall, just really captured the vibe of like a tropical island. And, kind of like I guess didn't not necessarily like a monsoon, but the berry part was really, really good. So that I will always remember and always cherish. Then next up, the first of 6 voodoos. Oh boy. First of 6 voodoos. This was the 2019 version. And again, I haven't tried it in a long time, but I remember it being really, really good. So it's going in the S tier. One of the best Mountain Dews ever. It was Voodoo 1. It's kind of crazy looking back now as we're in 2024 and Voodoo is probably no longer going to be a thing. How far from grace it fell over the years. Voodoo 1, and as you'll see, I think I really liked 2, and even 3 was decent. But 4, 5, and 6 were terrible, I thought. Just kept going down. Really, really sucks. I think it just overstayed its welcome. But 1 was definitely really, really good. And of course, another quintessential S tier. The king of the dews himself, Baja Blast. Anybody out there who doesn't like Baja Blast does not have taste buds. Just saying. Baja Blast is the drink of the gods. So, there you go. Love that drink still to this day. And I wish they would just keep it around permanently. People would buy it in the store if they kept it around permanently. I don't like them playing this game with taking it off the shelves randomly, putting it back randomly, taking it off again, putting it back, I don't like that. Here's one that just got re-released this year, Liberty Brew. Under a different name, I believe, but it was the same drink. So this is, and I remember this one just being another solid B tier. To me, it didn't have anything extraordinary with it. It kind of just tasted like another generic blue to me. It's, those are okay. And there's a lot of those in the Mountain Dew lineup, especially from around the late 2010s-ish. They were kind of pumping a lot of those out. And Liberty Brew was just kind of another one of those. So, this one is Merry Mashup. Kind of a forgotten flavor, my lineup. But this was their first attempt at a holiday one that I tried. And this one was pretty bad. I'm putting it down in the D tier. I don't remember it being that good. But, it kind of shows that, everybody has to start somewhere with these holiday flavors. And they definitely had a few more attempts since. But Merry Mashup was kind of their first go-around. At least for me, when I was trying Dews. That was the first one from the holiday lineup. Mountain Dew Ice, solid B tier. Here's why. It just tasted like Sprite. I don't know why they thought that was going to be a good idea. I really don't. I really do not believe it. That they literally just copied Sprite and thought people would like it. I mean, Sprite's good. That's why it's still in the B tier. I like Sprite. But for its Mountain Dew flavor, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that how long this flavor lasted. There we go. Another older one, old enough to drink alcohol this year, Livewire. And this one's going to get a rise up to the A tier. I think I've had it down here over the last few years. I've done these tier list rankings, but I'm shooting it up to A tier. I've had it a couple times this year, and I knew it was really, really good. I think it finally starting to look I finally started to taste how it looks. Like a sweet orange drink. And really, really happy with Livewire this year. That was really good. So, like that there. Whiteout. I cannot find Whiteout anymore, and that sucks because I have a great video idea for another homemade Mountain Dew video. And I cannot for the life of me find any more Whiteout, which sucks. It's going to go in the B tier only because they pretty much just copied the regular Mountain Dew. It tastes the exact same, except maybe a little less, except maybe a little smoother. And, which makes me pissed off that this flavor won the second Democracy when we could have gotten, I think, actually more unique flavors in Democracy from 2010 that this flavor won, and when it just tastes the same and now it's gone anyways. So that kind of sucks. I know it tastes. I mean, I put the regular Mountain Dew in A tier, but just because they copied it again, it gets down a level because of that. Blue Shock, the Freeze. Another B tier for me. Just another generic blue. It was kind of disappointing. A lot of people really speak really highly about Blue Shock and how they want it around more. And I was very excited when it finally came to 7-Eleven during the COVID times. And yeah, just a little bit let down. Frostbite, also another generic blue. It's going in the B tier. Like I said, pretty much the same thing said about that one as Blue Shock. Here's Cyclone. Cyclone is up next. This one's going in the D tier as well. This was a funky flavor. A lot of people think that it was just a rehashed version of Sangria Blast, which I did not have. But what were they thinking? It was not good. Like, it's just a really, like, I don't want to say sour, but more like a tart taste. Which doesn't really work in a Dew, especially when it's that strong. And then we have Voodoo 2, like I said, another S tier for me. This Voodoo 1 and 2 are both of my top 5 favorite Dews of all time. Maybe even top 3 behind Baja Blast. It is really good. Two really, really good flavors there. So I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, it was pretty much the same thing as Voodoo 1, which, I mean, you could say you could knock it down. I think it was still just good enough to make the S tier. Major Melon, rest in peace. I haven't had Major Melon in a long time. I'm gonna put it in the A tier. It's kind of like Code Red for me, where it can vary. Sometimes it will jump from S down to A or back up to S, but it's always between A and S. And I think I'm gonna side with A here. I really would like to try it again. I haven't had it in a while, but I know it's going away, which sucks. So. But yeah, it was always very solid for me. I really, really liked this flavor. So, love Major Melon. And Dew SA is another one I remember very, very highly being good. Ooh. Yeah, I'm putting it in the S. I might move that one down to A, though, later on. But right now, it's staying in the S tier. Dew SA lived up to the hype. I remember really wanting to try it when it first came out in 2017. Didn't get the chance to. And when it got re-released for the Olympics in 2021, I jumped on the opportunity to get it. And I was very, very maybe even exceeded my expectations. It was, at the time, my second most highly anticipated flavor that I wanted to try. And it lived up to the hype and more. So really, really good stuff there, Mountain Dew. Next one's up Maui Burst. Now, Maui Burst is going to be in the A tier. This was another surprising flavor for me because, with the pineapple and stuff, I didn't expect it to work out as well as it did. I think this was a really good flavor. I think they kind of set it up for failure, having it be a Dollar General exclusive, but I think as far as creating the flavor, they did a good job. So, genuinely surprised with that one, how high it sits in my rankings, but it's definitely deserved. Another S tier, Goji Citrus Strawberry. This is a spectacular flavor, and it is criminal that Mountain Dew does not move this flavor out more, so make it more widespread. It would sell like wildfire. It's a great flavor, sweet but not too sweet, and it just works. Absolutely adore this flavor. Now this one is one of the summer flavors from 2021. I think it's Baja, not Gold. Baja Gold was the year after, which is why I'm gonna do this. Oh, shit. Now it won't let me do this. It was let me do that earlier. I guess not anymore. I remember this flavor. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Yeah. C tier. And Baja Punch, B tier. Those flavors were both pretty mid, in my opinion, honestly. That summer Baja lineup did not get off to the strongest start. But as you'll see later on, they did continue with it, which you could say was, I don't know, we'll have to find out. This is the other game fuel that I tried. Again, I think it's citrus something. I can't remember the name of it. This was a good one, but I have to go with the B tier. It didn't, like I said, I wouldn't call this one necessarily another generic blue, but it's generic blue-esque. It was just okay. Nothing crazy. Weird choice to bring it back, especially as a freeze only at Speedway, when I tried it at least. This was a few years ago, but still an interesting choice, but a decent flavor, all things considered. Another S tier, Spark. I mean, that's another really, really highly anticipated flavor for me that lived up to the hype. It was really good, and I just loved it. It's another one I'm really sad that is going away. Spark is, from my POV, for people that I've talked to, Spark is very, very highly liked, and it really sucks that Mountain Dew's taking it off the shelves. I love Spark. And honestly, Cake Smash 2, an online exclusive. Oh boy, this did not have a great launch. But the flavor itself, though, is really good. Loved Cake Smash. So that was good. Loved it. Really surprising. I thought it was just going to be really, really sweet. And it is sweet. But it has more than just that. And I think that's really, really good on their part. Then we have Voodoo 3. Voodoo 3 was when things started to take a downturn for it. It's still I might move that down to B, but I'm keeping it A for now. Yeah, but Voodoo 3 was still a solid flavor. Not as good as the first two, and actually, yeah, I am putting it down in the B tier. Yeah, it was still decent, but nothing crazy. Mountain Dew Vibe is also going to go down in the B tier. Pretty much the same thing with Whiteout. It was just a sweeter version of the regular stuff, the regular Mountain Dew. And I don't know, kind of felt lazy. They were also setting it up to fail, I guess, too, with it being a Witch exclusive, which isn't necessarily the most widespread place out there. Thankfully, I was able to try it before the Witch closest to us closed down. So that was good. But yeah, necessarily not anything insane with Vibe. The vibes were Oh, but Thrashed Apple. Noah's gonna hate me for this, but I'm putting it in the A tier. It's another really, really good flavor, though. I will say it's really good. It sucks that this one's going off the shelves too. I love Thrash Apple. Just again, it's something that it's not always gonna settle right with you with the apple taste. It is a little strong, but for the most part, I really enjoyed this flavor. And again, really, really sucks it's going off the shelves. Dark Berry Bash. This is a good flavor. I'm gonna put it in A. At first you might think, oh, it's generic blue. Why are you putting it above the other generic blue that you were talking about? It's not really generic blue. It's good. And it fits well at Applebee's because it's Applebee's. That's why. Alright, anyway, another Game Fuel. This is the only one from the new Game Fuel lineup that's now also discontinued, that I tried, mostly because, I don't know, I didn't really branch off with this one too much. This was a brand new flavor, though. hence why I gave it a shot with Eli. And Courageous Sorbet, as it's called. It's a B. Actually, it's a C. It was pretty mid, in my opinion. I didn't really care for it that much. Sorry to say. It was okay. Next up is Uproar. We had to import this one from North Carolina because it's exclusive to a North Carolina only grocery store. So that was awesome. And honestly, was not worth the hype that much. It's another C tier flavor for me. Did not really enjoy it as much as I was hoping to. So that's C tier. And Gingerbread Snapped. I think this is going to be the first E tier flavor. Ugh. This was ugh. I said that they got off to humble beginnings with Merry Mashup. They took 3 steps backwards with Gingerbread Snapped. Oh my god, that was an awful flavor. Woo. Thank God that's done. Sorry, I'm trying to hold back a sneeze. And then we have our first F tier. Jumping right in with Flamin' Hot. Holy crap, this flavor sucked. Point still stands about it. Even with, they did kind of, I guess, re-release it after the online exclusive thing. They put it in stores, kind of changed it up a little bit. We went to their promo event. That was fun. But as far as the flavor itself, still sucks. One of the worst ones that I've ever had from Mountain Dew. Yeah, which kind of sucks. Doesn't really. I think we knew right off the bat that Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew was not going to work. And lo and behold, we were correct. One that did work, though, Mountain Dew Legend, a B-Dubs exclusive. This is an A-tier flavor. I really, really like it. It's kind of got like that blackberry / like mixed berry type to it, which I really, really, really enjoy. So, good stuff there. Typhoon. Finally got to try Typhoon after another really highly anticipated flavor of mine that I finally got to try in 2022. And I'm also going to put it in the A tier. I think it was good. It didn't have as strong of a kick, like strong of a taste to it as I was hoping. But I think as far as it being as good of a flavor, yeah, it was good. I would like to see it come back. I'd like to see it make a store release. I think it would sell. I think people would enjoy it who didn't get with the online exclusive stuff. Also, can I just say that I am so glad that we are done with these online exclusive releases. Like, they haven't done one in a while. It doesn't seem like those are coming back anytime soon. Those were awful, okay? Even with the Cake Smash, the Flamin' Hot, the Typhoon, it was just too much. Too much, okay? The website was not built for that high level of traffic. It's a really complicated website. It just did not work. So that sucked. Good riddance with that stuff. I think this is Mango Gem. I believe Mango Gem. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this is Mango Gem. C. And Baja Gold, B. Pretty much the same shit from the first release. Now, Purple Thunder, when I first tried Purple Thunder, did not have that high of an opinion about it. But I've got to retry it now that they've put it more widely available in stores, and I have to put it in the A tier. It's a good flavor. It's a solid flavor. Really coming around to like it. And it's good. I enjoyed it. So I'm glad that one got a store release. More should get store releases. I don't know why they have to take 3 away to put 1 new one in. This is Overdrive. This one was mid. This one was just mid. It's going in the C tier. It was mid, I gotta say. Another one that's being set up to fail by going exclusive to a gas station that's only in like Ohio and Indiana. Like, what the fuck? And then we're on to Voodoo 4. This one's also getting in the C tier. This one is just This was when it was really like, this was like with Voodoo 1 and 2, it was like, yeah, keep it going. This is so great. With Voodoo 3, it's like, oh, not everyone's going to be perfect. We can step back. This is when I was like, it's time to get rid of it. It's time to get rid of it. Or maybe at least do a think again, with Voodoo 4. That's when I was like, that might be time. And then this one was the deep dive, I think. The Baja Blast deep dive that you can only win in a certain competition. B. It was alright. It was just alright. Alright. It was just alright. Oh my goodness. Fruitquake, not great. That's definitely a D tier ranking for me. I did not like Fruitquake. On the contrary, my most highly anticipated flavor ever, and it beat the expectations, and that makes it an S tier. Pitch Black. I love Pitch Black. We need more Pitch Black. Okay. We need more Pitch Black. Because it is criminal that Mountain Dew put quite possibly their two best flavors ever against each other in a competition in 2016 when you knew everybody was going to pick Baja Blast because Taco Bell is so good. It's criminal, but they brought it back. So glad that I finally got to try it. I love Pitch Black. And then this one is the Summer Freeze one. This one was pretty good. It tasted like the popsicle, the red, white, and blue popsicles. And those are pretty good. I'm going to put it in A. I think it was good. So, a good summer drink. Not the Baja mangoes and golds and whatever else they were trying to do. First, the 2 years prior. But of course, they still did those. But they actually made them good. I think both of these flavors were good. I'm going to put them both in B, though. You get A. You get A. You get B. These are both solid flavors. And I definitely think it kind of just shows how they, instead of just rehashing the same one, they look the same and they pretty much tasted the same with the last couple years, how they finally changed up the color and also made them a little bit more unique, how that just so much improves the overall receptions and tastes of the drinks. I think that's just something that we can see with this. And then Atomic Blue, another really highly anticipated flavor that I thank God got to try before it got discontinued. I'm sorry. It's just another generic blue drink. This one did not live up to the expectations that I had set for the other ones, and that kind of sucked. But I'm still glad I got to try it. I guess I didn't really have too high of expectations. I guess I shouldn't have had too high of expectations. But still. And then Voodoo 5. D tier. And hell, where's Voodoo 6? D. Both of those are going in the D tier. Just say good riddance, Voodoo. Ending off on a really terrible note there. With those two flavors. Game Fuel, Citrus. This is the Mystic Punch one. I really like this one. This one's going in A. It was a brand new one, and I think that it really does help capture the feel from when this line originally began almost 20 years ago. But yeah, that one definitely is a solid A tier. And then, of course, the Laguna Lemonade and Point Break Punch dual release for another Baja thing. I think Laguna Lemonade is a good B. Point Break Punch is a good A. Again, nothing crazy from either of those flavors, but I think they were good. They were still good. Mountain Dew definitely learned from their mistakes of the first 2 years and made some more serviceable ones over the last couple of years. And hopefully that continues in 2025. Now, Honeydew didn't come out in 2024. I know it's in the back end here, but we finally were able to get it imported and try it. Now, I do want to try this again because we got an older version of it. It was flat, and that really did hinder the taste of it. But as far as right now, with the one taste that I've had of it, or the one drink I've had of it, I had more than just a sip, I have to put it in the D tier. So that really, that is subject to change, though. If I can get another shot at it, I definitely will, and I would hope for a better experience. And I think I would get a better one. And then Star Spangled Splash. Star Spangled Splash was good. I'm putting in A. Freedom Fusion, I'm going to put in B. I really like Star Spangled Splash. It was a really good flavor. Freedom Fusion was good too. Not as good though. That's why I'm putting in B. Two solid flavors there. They released those alongside the Return of Liberty Brew, which I did not actually try that one. I meant to, and I never did. But it was still good. So, and then Infinite Swirl, the Fortnite drink. We're gonna go right where Fortnite goes, in the F tier. No, I cannot. This was a decent drink. It was pretty good actually. I'm gonna put it in A. It was a good drink. It really does capture the feeling of drinking a health potion in Fortnite, I guess. So if you ever want to know what that feels like, try and get your hands on that drink. You'll find out. So we've got the hard Mountain Dew lineup. We'll save those for last. I want to just get the last non-hard Dew flavor out of the way first, and that is the newest Game Fuel Citrus Blackberry. And this is another good one. I'm going to put it with the other Blackberry Dew, Legend, in A tier. Personally, also, I think it is pretty similar to Mystic Punch. I know they're not supposed to be the same, so that's why they got two separate entries, but they're going to be in the same tier regardless. So, all right, now let's get through the hard Dews. The 7 of them. There were 8. I didn't get to try the 8th one because it was already discontinued before it reached Michigan. So that was awesome. But for the regular one, C. Most of these are going to go in C. C, D. That's Livewire, hard Livewire. Yeah, you're going there. Hard Baja Blast is the only one I think I'm going to put in B. It was decent. These were all bad. Especially hard pineapple. Get the fuck down there. That was fucking awful. Yeah. I think for the most part this was a dud because they made it 0 sugar, and I understand why they made it 0 sugar. But you have to try a full sugar version because it's Mountain Dew. Especially with mixing it with the alcohol, I think was, again, setting it up for failure. So, but that is, sorry. Oh yeah. That is our lineup of flavors. So here, let's read off the numbers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the S tier. I think that's definitely more than I had in last year's list. 1, 2, 3, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 17 in the A tier, and also 17. Oh no, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 18 in the B tier. 10 in C, 8 in the D tier, 2 in E, and 1 in F. So that's your lineup for the my Mountain Dew tier list for 2024. I guess you can see when I'm recording this. So, I recorded it early. I do that. But yeah, I mean, that is your tier list right there. Obviously, I'd love to know what your guys's rankings look like. Are they, do you think you like where my rankings are? Do you think that some of them should be changed? I would love to know, with some thoughts in the comment section down below. And like I said, this is pinned in the server, so if you want to go make your own tier list, post it in the server, go ahead and do that. We'd love to have some discussions, have some talks about that, because I think we would really love to do that. So, but that's gonna do it for this video, and that's it for twos in 2024. There are some more scheduled to come out in 2025, so don't worry, there will be more Dew reviews, so this list will get changed into next year, so don't worry about that. But until then, guys, stay tuned for other much more amazing content. I got more end of the year stuff coming, so stay tuned for that as well. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.